So how can you become your own boss and make, say, $500 a day simply from trading futures? Okay, that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to share a wonderful strategy, a wonderful setup as a prime example within the markets. Now, for me, I am a futures trader. I trade the indices primarily, if you know, like the NASDAQ futures, the E-mini S&P. I also trade gold, which is a commodity. But if you have an interest of wanting to start your own business, become self-employed, and in a sense, become your own boss, meaning to where you can work from the comfortability of your home or anywhere in the world pretty much, and no longer have to get up and chasing the American, or I'll say like this, escape the American rat race, of not having to feel like you're in a hamster ball, pushing it, 10, 12 hours a day, just in repetition every single day, getting up, going to bed, getting up, doing the same thing over and over and over. Okay. I primarily work, maybe an hour to 2 hours a day trading the futures, looking for primarily just one setup, one and done. $500 a day, it could be definitely a good income for many. And you can make more than that. The sky is only the limit when it comes to trading futures. If you have a goal, make $1,000, you can. But I would say definitely start off slow. For my beginners out there watching, start with the micro futures and work your way up from there. So slow and steady wins the race. It's not about who gets to the end of the across the finish line the quickest. You work within your own pace. Become patient. Patient leads to you being consistent, but it's all built upon drive and passion. Now, just like anything else, you're going to have to put the time in. You're going to have to put the reps in. You're going to have to put the homework in. You're going to have to put the hours in on these charts, guys. I'm serious when I say that, because you can't expect just because you have the capital that tomorrow you're going to become successful overnight. That's not how it works. You've got to understand, you don't push the market, okay? There are hundreds of millions and billions of dollars that are being traded in these markets every single day. And the institutions, they are the ones that are the driving force. So if you want to become your own boss and have a goal of making $500, $1,000, $2,000, whatever that may be, let me share with you a great strategy, a systematic way of how I go about doing this. And I'm going to try to wrap this up in less than 15 minutes in this video. Now, first and foremost, what you want to do is you want to be able to identify what is structure, okay? And the question for a lot of you is like, okay, what does he mean market structure? That's what I'm referring to. If you haven't spent time watching the video content in this channel, I talk about structure like more than anything else, because it ultimately is the most important concept to trading. Because think about it. How will you be able to know which direction to trade in if you can't read the charts? You have to be able to. The market can only move in three directions: up, down, or sideways. And if we're trending to the upside and we're breaking constant highs, meaning breaking structures, then we should be looking for opportunity to go long, and vice versa if it's doing that in opposite of. Now, here's an example I'm going to show you. This is a beautiful trade that took place and a nice setup that took place around last Wednesday, okay? Around about 10:40, 10:45 time frame, somewhere in there, or 10:35, somewhere in there. Listen, if you can look at the markets right here, all right, you can see we were bullish, reverse, back bearish. We have a high here, a major high. We have a, major low right here, okay? And then the market starts pushing back to the upside. Now, we have a major high here again, and we come down and make this low. But then we reverse from the bottoms here, and then we start having structural breaks. Basically, a lot of you may call this a change of character, but we have with the market made these highs, higher lows, breaking structure back to the upside here, as you can see. So as long as the market is breaking structure higher and taking out highs, then you can look for pullbacks to key areas of demand. So then we have, a high situation here. Market pulls back. We start pushing back to the upside again. We take out these highs right here, breaking structure to do what? To fill these imbalances over here to the left-hand side of the chart. That's all we're doing. We're trying to fill these imbalances back to the upside. Once it broke that area structure, guys, we were selling to the upside. So we're bullish in a channel to the upside. Have a hard time seeing the channel. I'll show you right quick where we're at. Trend channel. Boom. Boom. Up to the upside we were going. Like a roller coaster, climbing to the upside, okay? So from there, as the market is pushing higher and we are bullish, you should be looking for key areas or pullbacks to high probability zones, okay? Now, I'm using 320 range chart, 120 range chart, and then going down to even a 24 range chart. Now, I'm looking for confluence. I love it when I have say for example, this is a high probability demand zone, which I'm getting ready to show you, where I have a high probability demand zone. All right, that's marked. What makes the high probability is this imbalance resting back at this zone right here. Okay. Once I see that and I can mark up the zone, what I like to do is then scale down to lower base or down to like a 120 range chart to see if there's confluence there as well. Also with my entry chart, the 24 range chart. So it's all surrounding multi-chart confluence. If you don't get anything else out of this video, excuse me, it's all about multi-chart confluence, or the most confluence that you have when looking for an opportunity for a setup. All right. So I'll mark up the zone here. Why? Because the market is breaking higher. We broke above that high right there. This is an area of demand right here. There's also a valid area of demand right here. There was demand right here as well. But as you can see, the market comes down right here. Okay. All right. We'll show you right here. And actually breaks, I think, slightly below this. Well, actually, notice it's reaches right at the bottom of the swing right here. Let's see. Did it break below it or not? Yeah, basically right to tick to tick at the bottom of it. Those type of trades I don't like to take because we're hitting tick to tick at the back end of this area right here. So to me, the like wick of that candle could have kind of broke through there. So that's a no trade for me. But still, we're bullish to the upside. I'm looking to go long and not short. So understand that. If we are bullish to the upside, I'm only looking for demand setup. So as the market starts creeping its way back down, I see this setup right here. We have a high probability setup. The market blasts right through it. What I'm trying to tell you is that as the market's climbing higher, or if it's pushing in the opposite direction, going to the downside, if there are gaps or imbalances that need to be filled below certain zones, be very, very mindful, because the market may be saying, hey, forget this zone here. I want to go lower and try to tap into this zone here, or forget this zone and come even lower to start filling in gaps or imbalances back below. So we have a demand zone here. We have another one right here. The market blew through this one here and came down to this one right here. This is a beautiful high probability demand zone. We have an imbalance resting in this area right here. It comes down and fills the imbalance right there. Now, what I'll do is, once I identify from a higher chart what the market is doing overall, if we're bullish, then just move down or just mark up that zone, okay? Mark up the demand zone. We are bullish to the upside. We have not done any reversals to the downside, yet. Yes, we have a low here, a lower high eventually, okay? And then it comes down and makes a low, but it's bouncing off of this demand zone right here. So mark up the higher base chart zone first. That is moving in the direction with the chart. We're bullish, demand, okay? If we're bearish, then supply setups, but we're talking about a bullish setup here, okay? So then I'll move down to my lower base, I'm sorry, not lower base chart, but to a lower chart, all right? Let's go over to the zone right here, okay? And what I see is here, I love it when I have like a lower chart zone inside of a higher chart zone. So that larger rectangle box there, that's the 320 range demand zone. This right here, the smaller box, look, we had a high, higher low, broke structure higher, okay, broke structure higher here. This is a valid area of demand. Now we have a 120 range demand zone. So this is multi-chart confluence, I like to call it. It's where we have a higher zone from a higher chart, a slightly smaller zone inside of the larger zone, okay, inside of this zone right here, okay, and this gives us confluence. Now, what we can do from there is just move down to a lower base chart and look for rejection to go long. So I would move down to, say, for example, like my 24 range chart, which is my entry chart, and just look for a demand setup to go long in the direction of the 320 and the 120 range chart. So I'm basically saying, use a higher base chart, figure out structure, and figure out the direction of the market. Then, when you see those areas, as long as the market's continuously breaking structure, or where you have these demand setups, then mark up a higher base zone on the higher base chart. Then go down to a lower chart, whatever that may be for you. Okay, some people trade time-based charts, and they may trade, say, for example, I don't know, 1 hour chart, move to a 5, maybe move to a 1, or use I don't know, just depending on what you actually trade. I'm not saying these charts are not comparable, guys. Range charts are not comparable with time charts. So please don't ask the question, what is your 120 range in comparison to like whatever time-based chart? It's not, okay, because they're calculated differently. Now, when it comes to range charts, again, higher base zone, mark it up. We start with the 320. We move down to the 120. Mark up that zone if you can find one just as well. Then move down to your lower base, say 24 range chart. And once you have confluence there, and honestly, this is enough confluence for me right here, where I have a higher base zone and then a step down chart zone, like a 120 range zone chart right here. This is a demand setup that is beautiful right here. Plus we're at a low volume area right there, and we have more confluence with the round number. So we got 320 range demand zone, 120 range demand zone. We have a low volume area. I talk about that in my videos. The market loves to tap those zones and reject out of them. Plus we're right, is rejecting off of the 24,900 right there, a round area. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful setup. And if you miss this setup in this area here, then it goes back up, comes back down, as you can see right here. And there is a small area of even demand, like right here. This is your area of demand right here. There's an area of demand giving you a second chance or test right here in this area right here on the 120. If you missed that one there. So, what I'm trying to say is this area, this one would not be like multi-chart confluence setup, because this would have moved away from the 320 range zone to create a new demand zone, and then it comes back to a newly formed demand zone right here, blast to the upside. That's what we're looking for, okay? So if you miss this setup right here, for example, where you have multi-chart confluence, higher range zone, scale down to another zone, within this zone here, and then you have more confluence like that, the round number, and say for example, this low volume area here, then you can just say, okay, the market's reject off the 320. All right, let me wait for a demand setup to take it to mark up the 120 range zone or a zone on the 24 range chart. But either way, that's all you're doing is using a higher base zone markup, then using lower charts to start scaling down to find out, okay, the market's rejecting off that higher base zone. Let me see if it's going to start to show some areas where it's creating an area of demand and break a structure on the lower charts. Pull back to those newly formed demand zones on the lower charts, take your trade going in the same direction. But these are the bread and butter type setups right here, the ones that I really love, where I see I have multiple chart confluence right here, 320, 120. If I go down to my 24 range chart, which is this chart right here, and was to find this area on my chart, then all I would do was look for a newly formed demand zone on the 24 range chart, wait for the market to retrace back to it, and then now I have a 320 range demand zone, 120 range demand zone setup, and a 24 range demand zone setup. Guys, that's going to the upside because we want to take the trades in the direction of the higher base chart. So that's what I'm trying to stress here. If I got it a little bit, too far left field or whatever the case may be, but that's what I'm trying to explain here. This same setup is what I discuss and break down almost every single day, because I take the trades that I post on trades. I post them over on our Discord. If you're interested in joining the Discord, the link's down below. And then what I'll do is I'll break them down for those who are the elite and ultra elite supporters. You can become part of that private community for only $6.99 if you want to become an elite supporter. You receive all my trade breakdown videos. There's tons and tons and tons of video content surrounding the trades that I actually take. I break them down so that you understand the mindset of why I took those trades, talking about structure, price action, stop loss areas, profit target areas, breaking them down so that you completely understand what I was looking at, why, in the purpose of why I took those trades. This helps people because people are visual learners, most people. So when they're going back and they're back testing, they can slowly start to understand the concept, and then they can start mapping out and finding similar setups or finding these type, scale down approach setups that they can take for themselves. Now, I always talk about and say that make sure you're back testing the strategy. Make sure you're forward testing the strategy. What does that mean? Back testing during the times in which the market, say for example, closing, you're using market replay. Forward testing during the times when the market is actually live and you're using, your data in simulation or demo. Okay. But you also receive my video playlist and a great video that I did surrounding market structure. All that for $6.99 a month, which breaks down to be like 24 cents on the day. If you want to become an ultra elite supporter, you receive everything I mentioned plus my live recorded trading session videos that I record and post for the ultra elite supporters, once I'm done trading or whatever the case is. And within those videos, the live recorded sessions, I'm basically recording my full-on session where I'm trading or talking about top-down analysis. We're scaling down, looking at multiple charts, looking at a variety of different markets. The NASDAQ, gold, the S&P 500. So I'm looking at certain markets to find these good quality zones I can take trades from, and then you see me engage in taking these trades, and I break down the trades just as well. So you have the choice. It's up to you if you want to become an elite or an ultra elite supporter and receive all that information or that video content. So those are the perks and rewards that you receive. There is a link down in the description portion of the video, which you can click on. It's titled the Elite and Ultra Elite Supporter. Once you do so, you'll see a few tiers to pop up, and you can choose to become either an elite supporter or an ultra elite supporter. Okay, you'll see the information there once you click on that link. Now, outside of that, guys, that's really all I have. I appreciate everyone that tunes in on a daily basis watching the video content. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do so by subbing. Make sure to turn your post notifications on by clicking the bell. And last but not least, if you found some value in today's video content and me going over just a real good way to where you can become your own boss, all right, become your own boss and make, say, a minimum of $500 a day, is very easy to do, guys. I mean, simply on the NASDAQ futures, all you need to do is scout for 25 points, trade one E-mini contract, boom, you're done for the day. Just one, all right? But if you found some value in today's video, make sure to drop me a like by clicking the thumbs up button. Take care.